Hi, welcome back, it's Susan. I've made this lovely card today, and the dies that I've used is called Christmas Tree Village Scene. You're getting two separate dies in this set, each depicting houses, there's a church, some trees, so you can make a lovely scene. The largest one is approximately 4 5/8 by, I'd say, 3 inches tall. And then the smaller one, that's 4 3/4 by 1 3/4 tall, and that's inches. So that's going to make a really nice scene for a card. I've cut it out already, so this is what you get. Easy stackable, a nice one to batch make. So you're getting these from Inlovearts shop, and there's a discount code, Susan, for 25% off your order. So if you'd like to give them a look, that's where you need to go. So I've already cut those out, and I'm using the scrap of what I had done for this ink blending card. So I thought that that would be great to have at the back of these buildings, just to put that warm glow, like there's someone home. So my plan is just flipping it and kind of tracing it with a pencil. So I've got the right side down of the die cut, just tracing round the buildings that need this backing. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to give you a rough idea of the shape. And I thought this was an easier way of doing it than paper piecing the window panels and everything. And I'm cutting on the inside of the line what I've just drawn, because I don't want it that big, just enough to cover. And you can always trim it as well. So I'm going to cut the rest of the shapes out. Keep testing it. And this is a good way to use your scraps up, because obviously I'd got this left. And I've got those different tones of orange in that backing, which I thought was very nice for it. So using the precision glue press, just putting some dots of glue just around those buildings. Then I can put these pieces on. Nobody's going to see them. Popping that last one on. Might have to trim that, might not. I think that looks lovely. So doing the same with this smaller one. Remembering to flip it and giving it a trace round with a pencil. Then again, cutting on inside of the line what I've already done. This village scene die is £6, and I can see me using this die quite a lot actually. Really good value for money. So I'm going to trim that off because I've realised it's a little bit big on that roof part. And then there's a tree at the side, so I'm just going to have a look. I might need to cut some off the side. Just a bit more. I'm not worried about the bottom just yet. And then pop in that last piece on. I'm going to trim that as well. Just popping the glue down. And getting that in position. And with my large scissors, I'm just tucking it under the bottom and trimming it off. So I've got 2 pieces of cardstock and I've got some dies, which are edge dies. And I thought they'd be really nice for a landscape. Now these edge dies are from My Favourite Things, and they're just called Basic Edges. I'm just trimming these ends off, but making sure that when I'm using my guillotine, you could always use scissors, but I'm rubbish at doing a straight line, I've got to admit. Only pressing down gently on that guillotine blade just to cut where I need to go. So then I'm just having a look where I'd like this village to be positioned. Yeah, I think that's nice. So I've got my panel and that measures 5.5 squared, and it's a Creative Expressions stained glass squares. I do use this one quite a lot. It has got different sizes in it, but I do love that set. So I'm making sure that these bottoms fit inside that panel. Giving it a jiggle about with the position. I'm going to put some glue on the back and then put it on the bottom of the village scene. I want to take it off there and just place it down. Doing the same. So I'm going to put some foam pads just to raise these buildings. Just to give them that little bit more dimension. Now it's up to you how much you want to go to town with these cards. You can do all kinds of things with them. So with the back of my panel, I'm going to put my foam tape on first. So popping that all down. I'm not taking the backings off just yet. I just want it all ready. Then getting my first village. Making sure that that cardstock fits at the bottom of the inside panel, not covering over those stained glass squares. Then getting glue just on that bottom piece. So lining it up with the bottom, making sure it fits on the inside, and then giving that a press. Then making sure that that's going to fit at the bottom. So again, I'm going to put some foam pads on the buildings. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to me. Thanks for my new subscribers. If you've not subscribed, and I know a lot of you are still watching, but you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It's totally free and it is helping my channel to grow. Now on that bottom part, I am going to put some double-sided foam tape on there. So all this bottom panel is going to be elevated. You'll still be able to pop it in an envelope if you're going to do that. So taking all these backings off. These do come off quite quickly. Then I'm going to line it up with that bottom and then press down. And I'm absolutely in love with this. I just love how this turned out. Now I want a sentiment, so I'm bringing my panel card in, my base card, and I'm going to put a sentiment in the centre. So I've picked up a stamp set, and it's a Stampin' Up one actually, and it's called Memories of Home. And I thought that'd be perfect with having the houses and the buildings on. So I've got a piece of scrap, putting it in the MISTI. Picking it up, and I've got VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Just lightly stamping. It's a lovely font. I don't want to distort anything, just light presses. You can always go back in with another light press. I'm giving it another ink in. And again, just a light press. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm going to find a die to cut it out with. And that is the right width I want, but not the right length. So I am going to get on and do a partial cut. You've seen me do partial cuts many times before. So popping that through the die cut machine. So that's done and it's elongated. So that says, may your Christmas be filled with all the memories of home. And I thought that was just perfect for that village scene. I'm going to lay that flat. So just get in the glue. Taking the backings off. Don't forget, when you've finished watching the video, if you click the more button, then everything I've used I'll leave in the description box. So I've got my base card, and that's 7 by 7. You don't have to make them as big as me, but I just like this size. So that's my finished card done. So if you've liked it, please like and subscribe. Leave me a message, press the notification bell, you'll see every video I put on. And most of all, happy crafting and thank you for watching.